first to go viral. Yesterday, Dak Prescott picked off on this attempted screen pass by defensive tackle Star Lutulelei. First interception for Star in his 104th career game. So with Star in mind, we have to show you this. Hinsdale Central Turkey Bowl in Illinois.
Oh yeah.
Where that defender made an incredible heads-up play. Picks it off,
knew it too.
grabs it.
In the face. Look at the kid behind him holding his hands up.
Yeah, look to the camera there.
Oh,
How about those ball skills, Bart?
Watch the quarterback hold his hand out. Like, oh, my face. Oh.
What just happened? That's great. Oh, that makes...
Insult to injury right there.
You play any football yesterday, Bart?
No football. I don't do that anymore, man. Listen, I'm old and decrepit, man. I'm messed up.
Yeah, but you got friends, family, kids over there.
I take it too seriously. I can't. I'll blank out. I'll be like, listen. I'll be like Shark. No, what's that movie? Meet the Fockers.
Yeah.
Right when they was playing I go Waka Flocka. Yeah.
Did you see that commercial with Jerome Bettis?
Yeah,
when he comes out
playing
and like
football.
Let's go, Bus.
At least Bettis plays offense. I love the idea of Bart in a friendly family Thanksgiving game. just
out there like Ronnie Lott. I'm like Terry Tate, the offensive linebacker. You don't want none of that smoke, mama. Come around here, yeah. Remember you made me clean my room? Go to sleep. Go to sleep, Craig. Get up, Craig. I've been down before.
Did you just pantomime decleating your mother?
My mother know what time it is. You understand? I love you, but I got to do you. Mama don't want that smoke.
Stories to start your morning. That was great, Bart. Baker and the Browns are looking to keep the momentum going Sunday against the Steelers. They've won 3 in a row to claw back into the playoff picture. Nick, you like Cleveland's chances on Sunday?
Oh, I think they're going to win the game. Cleveland is a better team than Pittsburgh right now.
Absolutely.
Now, Pittsburgh, to their credit, has turned into a very good defense. I was wrong about the Minkah Fitzpatrick trade. I liked Minkah as a player, and I thought he'd be worth around trading the 15th or so pick of the draft. I thought they were going to be trading a top 5 pick, but because of that defense, the Steelers have made themselves right now. If the playoffs started today, they'd be in as the 6th seed. I don't think that will be the case after Sunday. I think Baker will continue his hot play. I think they will get just enough offense to beat a Pittsburgh Steelers team that's led by Duck Hodges, their 3rd quarterback of the season.
Duck Dynasty. I tell you what, Cleveland's peaking at the right time, and they went through the tough part of their schedule, but the problem was the rest of the AFC didn't run away from them. So they left them in striking distance, and now they're at the soft part. And in November, December, you get easier games because a lot of teams are just trying to put guys on IR. So now you don't face the team that you would think you would face at the beginning of the season. You're facing their representatives. So I'm going with Cleveland, and I think it was classless, though, and leave it up to Cleveland because they're the only place I ever went that threw batteries. They got people out there hitting pinatas with helmets, man.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Yeah,
that wasn't great.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Playing whack-a-mole with the guy's head, not great.
All right, on to yesterday's action. Saints improved to 10-2 with a 26-18 win over Atlanta. Big game from do-everything backup quarterback / running back / wide receiver Taysom Hill. Caught a touchdown, ran for a touchdown. Nick, could the Saints be the best team in the NFC?
Well, it's what I said earlier this week. To me, they're the most complete team in the NFC. I think the Packers have the highest ceiling. The Niners do what they do exceptionally well. The Seahawks have Russell Wilson. But what the Saints showed you last night is a great example. Michael Thomas doesn't have a great game. Breeze doesn't have a great game. Kamara doesn't have a great game. So let's rely on Cam Jordan's 4 sacks and Taysom Hill to do a little bit of everything. They can beat you so many different ways. Since Drew Brees and Sean Payton have been there, 1 home playoff loss ever, and it's the one that made the NFL change their pass interference rules. If they can continue winning and get the #1 seed, you've got to think they become the favorites out of the NFC.
They have so much versatility. They can spread it out and throw the ball, but they can ground and pound you. You're bringing in Murray to replace Ingram. They got that physical running game. Kamara's a great all-around, and this guy is the difference maker because he's so versatile. You don't know what he's doing when he's in the game. He can throw the ball. He can line up in the Wildcat. He can line up as tight end. He's a weapon out there. He reminds me of Brad Smith that we used to have, a guy we put in all different places that was a college quarterback that played receiver, but was also our best kick returner.
All right, Cowboys hosting the Bills last night. A must-win for the Dallas, but a did-win for the Bills. Buffalo had the better quarterback, running back, head coach, and they look like a playoff team. Josh Allen went 19 for 24, 231 yards and a touchdown. Also ran for 43 yards and a score. Buffalo now 9-3, almost a lock to make the playoffs. Nick, how seriously should we take this Bills team?
Before the year, I picked the Bills to make the playoffs on the strength of two things, their coaching and their defense. You mentioned before the show, Bart, we were talking, Ed Oliver, a guy I got to watch up close in person when I lived in Houston. What a great value pick that was for them in the top 10. And Josh Allen, listen, he played great yesterday. Right. Going into yesterday, he was outside of the top 20 in every quarterback metric. However, if he cannot turn the ball over, and he's done a great job taking care of the ball the last month and a half, this team can be competitive each and every week. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be the 5 seed, so they're going to be on the road against the winner of whoever comes out of the AFC South. They absolutely could not only make the playoffs, they could win a playoff game.
They're dangerous, and yesterday was Beasley's revenge, 6 catches for 110 yards. But when Josh Allen does what he's doing right there, extend plays and get out in space. Remember, this is the same guy that leapfrogged Anthony Barr last year, one of the most athletic, dynamic defensive players in the game, and he's bigger than what you think. He's like Cam Newton out in space. He's going to run you over. He's running through those arm tackles. You saw Moss and Debo, who was it, Byron Jones, who tried to take the ball from him. If he can take care of the football, extend plays with his legs, he makes them dynamic.
The guy we just showed, Taysom Hill, and the guy we're showing right there, Josh Allen, 2 of the best athletes in the league. They're white guys, so we don't think that, but they are. Those are great athletes.
Ed McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian.
Yeah, his son. Whatever. Ed was a good athlete, too.
Legacy.
The other side of this one, Cowboys coming in looking to silence the doubters after a week of turmoil surrounding Jason Garrett. They did themselves exactly 0 favors. Dak had 355 yards on 49 attempts. He threw 2 touchdowns, but also threw a pick. And he lost a fumble. Meanwhile, Zeke tied a season low, only 12 carries. So what does it all mean for Jason Garrett? Here's Jerry Jones.
I know Jason very well. I've had a wonderful opportunity to spend a football life with him, so I know him very well. And you know, without a doubt, you've seen it, nobody wants Jason, wants it to go. And I'm going to tell you this right now, he's got my back too. This is not the time. For me, I'm looking ahead at another ball game, and I'm looking ahead at winning 4 or 5 straight, and helping write a story that they'll talk about how it looked like you were down and out and got it done. I mean that. That's the way that I'm operating. Every decision that I make over the next month will be with an eye in mind to get us in the Super Bowl now. And I would normally say you're really smoking something. I normally would say that. But I know the room, and I see the room. And I'm the one that okayed and put the coaches that are in that room in there.
Well, Jerry, if I'm smoking something, you get into contact because you sound like you're high. What are you talking about? What moves do you have left, bro? Like, listen, it sounded to me like he was reading an obituary. It sounded like he was doing a eulogy for Jason Garrett. So go ahead and listen, it happens to us all. We all get fired. That's the beauty of the game. We all get fired. We all leave. Very few of us walk away from the game. Hell, Peyton Manning got fired. Jason Garrett, you on deck. You remember our favorite movie, Life? Walking a mile? You walking a mile.
He was doing a eulogy, but no dead body, because there's not going to be a dead body, at least until after the season with Jason Garrett. But, Nick, as unlikely as it probably is, at this point, do the Cowboys have any chance of recovering from this and making a playoff run?
No.
They very easily could come out of the division.
No, they cannot very easily come out of the division anymore. Not
you
anymore.
Mitch Trubisky?
No, not anymore. Like, I'm glad you mentioned Mitch Trubisky. They're in Chicago next week.
Like Josh Allen.
Why would a game in Chicago go drastically differently than the game at home against Buffalo when those two teams are so similar?
Yeah.
Now, the Bills have been more buttoned up this year. They've been better. But stylistically, excellent defenses, limited quarterbacks that are better probably runners than throwers of the football, who occasionally can have really good games if they have a lot of time. Now, Josh Allen's better than Trubisky, but that's a very low bar to clear.
Right.
But that game's in Chicago as opposed to at home in Dallas. Like, it's over for the Cowboys. They are more likely to finish this season below 500 than they are to go on any type of playoff run.
This is the must-win right here.
Well, of course it's a must-win.
This is the must.
But I would argue yesterday was a must-win.
I would, too.
I mean, and so they are at Chicago, home for the Rams, at Philly. So Chicago I don't think they'll be a favorite in that game, but it'll be close as far as the point spread
field
goes.
goal kicking is horrible.
The Rams don't have an athletic quarterback, but again, a team that's going to have to rely on their defense, ask their quarterback not to make mistakes, and then a Philly team that has been better than Dallas this year. I know Dallas beat Philly. Philly's done something Dallas has shown no ability to do. You know what Philly did?
Bay.
They beat, exactly right. They beat Green Bay, and if I'm not mistaken, they also beat Buffalo. The Cowboys know it is one thing to say, well, maybe they can sneak in because of the division. Not when you play like this.
Yeah.
And not when you did not take advantage of early in the season, at the very least, the game. They went 1-3 against the AFC East. They lost that Jets game. At 7-5, they'd still be as bad as they are. But you might say, well, they already beat Philly. They're still a game up on them. They have a margin of error. Philly's about to get to 6-6. Philly's going to beat Miami this weekend. And so to me, Bart, it is, they're not going to fire Jason Garrett, fine, whatever. But no, the Cowboys, you are, through 12 games, you are what we think you are. And what the Cowboys are is an underachieving, talented football team.
And if you fire Jason Garrett, who you putting there? Kellen Moore? Rod Marinelli? I mean, Kellen Moore reminded me of Kyle Shanahan in the Super Bowl. Once Julio catches the ball, game over. But you wanted to gloss up that resume. Looked like he was hearing that, hey, Jason Garrett may be gone. Let me show everybody what I can do. And he got too cute. You know, Zeke, 71 yards on 12 carries. I mean, you keep feeding that man, and you also allow your offensive line and play action and all the things to work. Whenever I see Dak Prescott throwing the ball over 40 times, you know that something went wrong. He's a guy that you have to still keep under control. Yes, he's a talented player, but he's never a guy that you're supposed to let throw the ball that many times.
All right, let's move on to the game of the week now in the AFC. That's the Patriots visiting the Houston Texans. Say what you want about TB12 and his recent play, whether it's because of him or in spite of him. He's right where he always is, and that's on top of the conference at 10-1. This week could pose an extra challenge, though, as Brady has been limited in practice with elbow issues. So, Nick, let's cut right to the chase. Who you got in this one, New England or Houston?
Patriots.